we think about, we have the CEO, some sort of executive VP, we have some sort of SGVP, the VP wannabes, all those folks, right? Then we have some directors, and we have some managers, and we have some supervisors, and we have some team leads, and we have people who are doing the work, right? Now this is great for an org structure, right? We need to have some sort of org structure to effectively run a business, right? One of the issues though, is when we take this org structure and we want to climb that corporate ladder, and we turn this org structure into a way to lead, right? That's problematic. Nothing wrong with an organizational structure as long as we're not using that as our leadership model. It is not as effective as servant leadership. When we think about the self-serving, right? Folks who are leading in this organization, they're operating from a certain place. They're feeling a certain way. And the environment looks a certain way. When we have a nice peach tree, right? Where we're getting resources, we're getting our CO2 for our photosynthesis, we have our root system, and our peaches are getting what they need. Think about the environment that that creates. When we think about this one, so we know that the CEO is here in the self-serving model. Where is the CEO gonna be from a servant leadership or this peach tree model? Where are we gonna see them?
In the roots.
In the roots, how come?
Because they're what are gonna be like part of our foundation, again, that supporting like the operational model thing. That's strong, it can grow from there.
Absolutely, they're supporting the people who are doing the work. Where in here are the people doing the work? Who's the star of that show? If I'm a peach tree.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm a peach tree, the star is the peaches.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the whole reason why we have the tree.
Mm-hmm.
It's the peaches. They're the star of that show, right? And we have leadership supporting them, and they're being fully resourced. Could you imagine? Right? When we're looking at self-serving, who's the star of the show here? Whoever's at the top of that pyramid, right? And so we're operating out of different places in both of those models. Where are our peaches on this model?
In the bottom of the bottom.
Yeah. They're on the ground, rotten.
They're here, they're rotten, they're smushed, they're peach juice, right? They are flat peaches, right? So think about if I'm a flat smushed peach and I am now peach juice.
I love the drawing.
Yeah.
Recognition is that is amazing.
There's a whole story behind that. But so there's my flat peach. But that being said, with that, think about how these team members feel, right? Versus how our team members feel here. Where is creativity going to be happening? Right? Where are we going to feel that we would have not so many people saying, I want to go work somewhere else? Where are we going to feel where people are going, come work with me, best place ever? It's not when I'm feeling like juice, right? So what I'd like you to do, I want you to think a little bit. We're going to break out into some groups because of the smaller size. We're going to break you out into a little bit different. We're going to go 4 and 4, and I'm going to ask Rodney and Scott to participate, if you don't mind. And what we're going to do is we're going to think about in that self-serving model, so half of you will be thinking about, if I am in this self-serving model as a leader, how do I view myself? And you're going to write one idea per post-it as a team, okay? And in going with that, how do I view others? So again, if I'm self-serving, how do I view myself? And how do I view others? Also, we're going to be thinking about descriptors. So if I'm in that self-serving model, how would I describe this model, period, right? If I'm in a self-serving leadership mindset, what type of environment am I creating? Okay, and then I had one more. and where am I operating from? So if I'm a leader and I'm in this self-serving mindset or a model, leadership model, what's driving me as to how I lead? Okay, so we want to be thinking about that. And as your team, I want your team to come up, you can come up with as many as you want in about, we'll do a minute per topic. So 4 minutes, okay? Then the other group of you will be doing the same thing, but looking at from a servant leadership perspective. So if I'm a servant leader, bear with me, I'm missing a Post-it, excuse me.
Wow, that was a close-up.
Oh, that's weird. I'd have to delete that. Okay, but if I'm using a servant leadership model, again, how do I view myself and others? What are some descriptors of this peach tree environment? And what environment as a leader am I creating if this is the leadership model I subscribe to? And again, where am I operating from? What's my motive? If you're an actor, what's my motive? Right? That's what I'd like you to do. Okay? Any questions on the ask? Okay, so we're gonna do 4 minutes. We'll just count off by twos.
1.
2, 1, 2, 1, 2.
1. Excellent. So twos, could you please put on the self-serving leadership model hat, get together, and come up with a few Post-its for each of these. And the rest of you, would you please put on your servant leadership hat? And we'll reconvene to see what you came up with in about 4 minutes.